And that's not why I put a question mark, because the whole movie, you're sort of wondering, and even at the very end, you know, what is the deal here with this guy and sort of.
Well, who is this guy?
And when I met him, these elders in South America, many kind of big indigenous elders in the Amazon came to him and said, you know, we believe you're this guy and this prophecy we've had for thousands of years, who's going to come and help essentially unite the indigenous people of the Amazon and restore the Amazon and save the world. I got involved in this story and was a little bit, you know, had a lot of skepticism and, you know, hesitation in getting involved in the story. And ultimately, when I started doing research and talking to people involved in the story and all that, I somehow got pulled into the story and started following this character and realized that a lot of what he was saying was true. And a lot of these indigenous elders were actually, you know, believe that he is this key figure. And I kind of started asking a lot of questions and going down kind of this really bizarre rabbit hole of a journey and story. I wouldn't say I'm naive, and, you know, I'm very kind of skeptical guy, and generally I'm skeptical, but I'm if it's possible, you could still be skeptical, but also very curious and open-minded. You know, I would say within the last couple of years doing this film, I've definitely opened up kind of in a spiritual way more than I have in my life, you know.
And, you know, we're watching it like you are, which is like, huh?
Yeah. I think that to kind of even further answer your question, there's way more to reality than meets the eye. There's so much going on that we don't understand, you know, that's magical or whatever. I mean, I know that for a fact that, like, we know nothing. And there's a lot of things going on behind the reality that we can perceive and see, you know? I think at the end too, like, what I sort of hope that people can relate to is how sort of strange the world is. We live in a weird world, and you just kind of scratch your head and you think about a lot of things, and it's hard to really to let people know that, you know, it's kind of the authenticity of that feeling, you know, and just like, wow, that's a lot to think about and a lot of weird stuff.